So there's one more angel in heaven tonight. Is that supposed to make me feel alright? I wish I could be there to see you.
Well, you know what they say about old rockers, they never die, they just turn to country. Marty Rhone came back a couple of years ago with a song you'll remember, Graceland, on the line, and it was so well received. After that, we had A Good Thing going, and now Jealous of the Sky, and I've got to say, this is something special. Marty Rhone joins us, and Marty, this has just got all the rich qualities, and this is a great song. How did it come about?
When I was putting the album together, going back nearly 2 years now, trying to put the tracks or what we might record or what we won't record, I was offered a song by a couple of people that I was writing with at the time for the album, and that was Rod McCormick and his wife Gina Jeffries. They'd written this song with Maxine Bennett, or Max Bennett, called Jealous of the Sky. And after we'd spent a couple of days writing together, they said, look, we've got this song we've written that I think, you might like. They played it to me, and I just loved it from the moment I heard it. I loved the lyrics. I loved the story behind it, which is very moving. And I said, this has got to be on the album, without doubt. And it's turned out to be the title of my first country album, which will be released on November the 8th.
That must be very exciting for you.
It is, Darren, to go from a former pop rock singer who had a few decade hiatus between commercial releases and such, and then to come back with, as you said, Graceland on the Line, which surprised us all. And got me the record deal or the album deal in the first place. And now to find myself all these years after Denim and Lace and A Mean Pair of Jeans to be releasing my first country album, not just in Australia, but right around the world, and getting solid traction in the United States is very exciting.
Today's modern country, it's not dissimilar of what we called middle of the road in the 70s, is it?
The line between country music today and pop or rock is narrowing all the time. You listen to the latest stuff by Kenny Chesney or by Luke Combs or by Blake Shelton, and a lot of the female country singers, and stuff of a few years back by Rascal Flatts and country bands like this. Keith Urban is now, would almost be classed as mainstream, not just so much country, but mainstream rock or pop. What someone said to me recently was that pop music as we knew it is gone. It's dead. It's been taken over the last decade or so by rap and hip hop and all of that. So that pop music is now probably no longer as we knew it, and it's being replaced by contemporary country music because country music today is the biggest genre in the United States for record sales.
We're speaking with Marty Rhone. He's got his brand new album coming out on November the 8th. We've already played a couple of the singles that will be on it, but tonight we'll be featuring Jealous of the Sky. Someone like Gina Jeffries, who had a big hiatus in country, who came back. What was it like to spend time with her writing and her and Rod?
There were three of us. There was both of them, and there was their friend Max Bennett, a young female singer who's got a fantastic voice, and she's a very good songwriter. I went up to their place in Terrigal, New South Wales, to the studio they have up there. And we spent a couple of days writing, and there are a couple of songs. There's a song that we co-wrote together called Back in '69 that I co-wrote with Rod on the album. And there's also this song, Jealous of the Sky, that they offered me. And I had a wonderful time with them all up there. He's got a great setup, Rod. He's one of Australia's leading country musicians. I just was invigorated once again by working with them. And of course I worked with Garth Porter on the album also.
Well, again, someone like Garth Porter spent that time in Sherbet.
Yeah, and Garth is now arguably the most prolific country songwriter, successful country songwriter, having written so many songs for Lee Kernaghan and I think Adam Brand and others. He's got more country songs registered with APRA than any other writer in Australia. And working with him, and for one day we were also joined by Colin Buchanan, Bucko, and writing with them was such an exhilarating experience for me. If I pat myself on the back here, it was a great move by me for someone who hasn't written sort of country music to work with the very best in country music in Australia. It was an absolute thrill.
So let's talk about the album. Comes out after November 8. What next after that? Obviously a tour, and will we be seeing you in Tamworth?
Well, I certainly hope so. I've been talking to a promoter in recent days about the possibility of coming back from the US around May, June, July of next year and doing a tour, venues around Australia, to not only promote the album, but to also get back on stage, because I haven't done a tour in Australia now. It's coming up for 4 years. And I'd love to get back on the road. I'd love to re-engage with folks out there, because I love live performances. There's nothing like it. And I'd really love to do some of the songs off this new album, because it's a new feel for me. It's a new area.
And it's been great to catch up with you tonight. It brings back some memories for me, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners here tonight will be thinking of that and listening to the new sound of Marty Rhone. We're going to play the single now. It's called Jealous of the Sky. The album's going to be released on the 8th of November. If people want to keep in touch with this, all the social medias and the websites?
Yeah, all the social medias, iTunes, Amazon, Apple, Spotify for streaming, Bandcamp, CD Baby. But I'm also producing hard copies of the album, because I've had so many people contact me through social media and say, hey, listen, don't forget your old fans. We're the ones, we still haven't worked out how to work them there. How about you do some hard copies? And that's what we're doing. And you can get those hard copies through my website, Marty Rhone Music, or through my shop on Facebook.
Great to catch up with you. This is the single. It's called Jealous of the Sky.
I'm jealous of the sky, jealous of the stars.